Well, look at that shiny thing. I want to give a quick shout out and a thank you to everybody who, number one, watches the videos, and when those annoying ads pop up, you continue to watch. You can skip the ad, but you keep watching, and that's how we make a little bit of money off of YouTube. I also appreciate the folks who support the channel through your memberships. That's both on Facebook and on YouTube. And then, of course, folks who find ways to do things in super chats. We don't ask you for money. We hate to talk and even ask for money, but for those that do love to help out, I just want you to know where your money's going, okay? And for those that do, it's like, oh my God, another ad. This is the kind of stuff that it pays for, friends. This is a feed buggy that's gonna be for all of our yearlings and our little heifers. And they'll have their very own feed buggy. We just got it filled with grain, and we're gonna drive it home now and drop it off to them. So thank you guys so very much. I just never want you to think that we're the money hungry. We're not a mega church here, okay? Guys, I'm sorry. We are not a mega church. We don't just keep begging and begging and begging for your money so we can buy sports cars. That's wrong. God's gonna punish me. I'm sorry, mega churches. Well, good morning, folks. Lester here, and I am just getting to the JL Ranch this morning. Today is my Thursday, and you will see this video on Thursday. Anyway, it's been 24-48. It's been 2 days since we have made our move, moving our cows into 3 separate pastures. And then we're going to go by right now and do a State of the Union and show you how everything is set up, and then let you guys kind of see for yourselves how it's all working out for us. So you guys come on. It's going to be a really interesting video. I promise you that. And I'm happy to have you join me as I show you around. All righty? Okay, here we go. Come on now. I don't know why I started doing that. I've seen some of the young creators, those guys that always throw their hand in front of the camera when they... After they introduce their video, they always let you know what they're doing, and they always like punch their hand like, come on now. And I don't know why. I've just been doing that. It's stupid. But okay, well, let's start off here in our bullpen, where, as you can see, Tex remains. Can you believe it? 48 hours and Tex remains. Now, what I noticed first thing is that somebody has taken an entire water trough, flipped it over on its side. There it lays on top of their hay. Here's the other water trough, still where it needs to be. Now, don't worry, not to worry. They still have the Blue Lagoon, and no one's moved it. That water is clean. You can see from here that water's full and it's clean. What I'll do is come back out in a little bit, take that water trough, put it back where it belongs, and refill it. So the bulls can be bulls, guys. They need things to play with. But here in our ballroom, Texas hanging out, guys, a couple of things to notice. And I just really like to show you their accommodations. You may have heard me say it a few times before, but they have their grain buggy. They also have their bovine sock, where they can walk underneath that to get rid of all the flies that may be bothering them. They have their water troughs out of the direct sunlight in the shade where the water stays cooler. Now, they had a roll of hay. They've pretty much destroyed the roll of hay. Once that happens, they also have a pasture, 10 acres of beautiful green grass. Look there in the distance there behind Mr. Tex. So these guys are set up pretty nicely. They do have the shelter, so if in case of a downpour or a thunderstorm, they have a place to go. I'm very, very, very proud of the setup that we have over here, and all of our bulls are doing wonderful. It's a hot day, friends. It's an extremely warm day today, and understand that they sometimes will find themselves in the shade, and they seem to be laying there panting, and it's hot and it's humid and it's just miserable. But the bulls are doing wonderful. You can see Chucky Poo's with our bulls. There's Waylon, the 2 little guys, and everyone's doing great. I want to remind you that these two little guys will be leaving here in less than a month. Once it cools off a little bit, I'm thinking sometime mid-September, they're going to be making a trip, and we're very proud of them. We're just so darn excited for their future, and that's going to be just wonderful for our brand and just a really, really neat place and a neat future for them. We talked a little bit about it. We're not going to talk too much more about it, and I'm going to let the business end of the Longhorn Lesters remain business end. But as as all is going right now, the bulls are doing wonderful here in their bullpen. You might notice a little bit of mud here and there, and yes, that would be the one downside to our bullpen. It was my own fault. Lester had them bring in some clay a while back, and what I should have did was brought in topsoil. Well, I did not realize I brought in clay. Worst thing I could have done, because clay absorbs and holds on to water. So every time it rains around here, we end up getting puddles of water. What I will one day have to do is have them bring in some good topsoil and just kind of fill in all these little low spots where we can have a lot better drainage. But I do want to mention and remind you of one thing. Even though you see a few spots like this over here that look kind of nasty, remember that 99% of this pasture is nice, high, and dry. You see it for yourselves. Beautiful green grass. We only have this one little spot here and there. We a little bit over here where all the traffic, the high traffic areas, and that's where we have some of the issues. But for the most part, everything in this pasture is wonderful. I'm very, very pleased with how the new barn has held up. Even when we were moving all of our cows and Tex was really testing the walls, we had no issues whatsoever. So as of now, the bullpen, I will give it a big thumbs up. Alrighty? A big thumbs up on the bullpen and the ballroom. All right, as of now, I'm walking over to our Colosseum. This is where our little gladiators hang out. Guys, now what I've noticed is that overnight we had one gladiator escape on me. Gosh darn it. It was Norma Jean. I don't know how she did it. I have no idea how she escaped. But everything was fine yesterday. But overnight, Norma Jean did escape. Here come all of my gladiators now, and they're all doing wonderful. I'm going to walk in there with them. So here are two of my larger sized gladiators. Hold on, we're still missing one gladiator. It's Serenity. Guys, I'm missing Serenity. Gosh darn it. Well, I might have had two escapees overnight. Okay, so now for the first time in 2 days, now Santana is showing an interest in Calamity Jane. There's Serenity. Oh, Lordy. Okay, so it is just Norma Jean who's found her way out. Darn it. Okay, so our gladiators are doing wonderful. They have their Colosseum right over here, where it's beautiful because they have their night lights. Hi, sweetie. They do have a way in and out right through here. And yes, as of now, even these two larger cows can in fact go in and out through their doggy door. I'm going in through the doggy door. As you can see, they got their very own feed buggy, and they have their own set of grains. I will fill up their water right now while I'm here. You guys want me to fill up your water? I can do that. Let me get this water running. You give me 1 second here, friends. I'm doing this with one hand. Okay, their water's filling up. So what the gladiators have is their own roll of hay. They have their own feed buggy that they have access to. The horses do not. The way they get in and out of the Colosseum here is through the doggy door. And they're all 5 able to use it. They do have a salt lick and a mineral block. And they just have themselves a wonderful, wonderful setup. If we have bad weather, they can all come inside. They have their very own water trough over here that I'm filling up now. If you give me a moment, you might be able to watch these babies make their way in. I want to see how Trinity's doing this. So Trinity, I know she can do it because when I left here yesterday, she was in. This morning, she's out. So I know she came through somehow overnight. And so I want to see her come back through here. It's easy enough for these small ones. But Trinity had to somehow lower her horns and come on in. I would like to watch that and show you all how they do it, but I'm guessing as of right now, I will not be able to. Now listen, remember the horses are here. Here we go. The horses are in this pasture as well. The gladiators, along with the horses, are getting along just fine. So you have nothing to worry about with all of that. There's no one chasing them or being mean to them. They're not spooked and scared. Please come in here, sweet baby. I want to see you walk through here. Now, as of right now, I don't see the horses, but I can promise you they're somewhere near. Oh, actually I can. I do see the horses. It's hard for you to see them, but I can actually look through the rails of the lot and see right down in that corner our horses grazing along the fence line there. Okay, so everything seems to be fine here. Remember, now not only do our horses have this beautiful 15-acre pasture, but our gladiators can share it with them as well. And then what we're going to do, just to remind everybody, is that these cows here will stay here for the next several years. They will not have access or exposure to any of our bulls. Now remember, it's possible, I say it is possible, that these two here might have already been bred. I don't think so, and I hope not. But if they were, they're not showing as of right now. They got round bellies, but they're showing nothing else to show that they've been bred. So we're hoping that they have not been. And so they're going to be fine. Now, Norma Jean should be here, and she's not. I don't know where she's at, but I can promise you that somehow Mom showed her a way through. What we're going to do now is take the side-by-side and drive down that direction and find where Norma Jean's at. We're going to also check on Danny and see Ruby and see if any of our mature moms are showing any signs of potentially giving us a calf this week. I forgot to do my thumbs up to our Colosseum setup for our gladiators. How about a thumbs up for this over here? Now, before I leave the horse pasture, I want to remind you that the horses have their water over here now. We were able to get a trench dug. You can see right through here where they dug that trench, and we ran water line all the way out to our horse pasture, to our horse stables. And so now our horses are able to drink from inside here. Oh boy, Rita has spotted me. She goes, look, my dad's come to love me. And yes, I have come to love on her. I want to also show you their water trough. All right, so this is our horse water. We did run that water line to the back side of our stables over here, right alongside the Voodoo Lounge sign. And we keep this water full. Now don't forget, horses are a little bit dirtier than cows as far as their water supply goes, so it's not uncommon to see a little bit of grass and things that kind of float through their water. Horses love to rinse their mouths out, but the horses do have their very own water supply. And as of now, we've not seen our cows come over here. Our cows have avoided this area, and so that's wonderful. But for those who are concerned, our horses still have their very own fresh water supply, and this is where that trough is at. If you're wondering why we have horse water in the direct sun, it only gets sun in the morning time. As that sun comes up and over, the shade will go ahead and cast right on across, and this water stays nice and cool throughout the entire day. So you do not have to worry about the horses having hot water. Right, sweetie? You don't drink hot water. No, you don't. They have nice and cool water. And I change it out for them when I need to, okay? On a very regular basis. All right, so don't worry about the horses. Hey, handsome. Well, thank you. All right, so now we're in the back pasture with my big cows, my mature mamas. For the most part, they're mature mamas. They have their very own water troughs that I will fill in a few minutes. We also have themselves a feed buggy, and they also have their own dry hay. Not only that, but guys, they have 25 acres of beautiful, green, luscious grass. Alrighty, let's drive out now and see how everybody's doing, and just let you introduce and see who's who amongst our more mature mamas. And when I say our more mature moms, I don't mean that in a mean way. I don't mean like our senior citizens, because this is not our senior center. You are not going to call this, you know what? Oh my Lord, I just now thought about that. Oh Lordy. Guys, it's just an idea. But you already know we have the ballroom, or the nut hut for the bulls. You know that we have the Colosseum for our gladiators and Roman, right? Do y'all want to call this the senior center? Do y'all want to call this the senior center? Please don't call it that. All right, well, listen, let's visit our senior center and see how everyone's doing, okay? Even though they're not all seniors, let's just have a peek and see how these guys are doing out back. I'll tell you this, there's a lot of pasture for only a few cows. But in this, let's talk about who we think is up to give birth. I don't know which order, but all of these cows out back should be bred and should be giving babies. Let's just hope to Jesus that we don't have any complications. So here we have Jezebel. Hey, sweetie. We've been noticing Jezebel off by herself a lot lately, but you know what? That's not really uncommon for Jezebel. She's often off by herself. We also have Gracie. That makes 2. Hi, Gracie. Let me go around the tree. This over here is, this would be Joe, I can't tell, Charlene or Pearl. This is Pearl. This is our Pearl friend. And behind our Pearl friend is Charlene. So that makes 4. Now, we just don't know about Ruby, y'all. We don't know what's going on with Ruby Sue. We know she had a miscarriage a couple of weeks back. But I just can't see that she's lost any of that bag. Hey, sweetie. And then, of course, we all love our wonderful Danny. Hi, sweet baby. We love you so much, okay? I'll come back with muffins later. Now, we're not done yet. Our cows are quite scattered. But over here, it's a little bit of a bumpy ride, guys. Just hold on. Over here, I see Jolene, which is going to be 5 of our mature moms, along with Marilyn. That makes 6. There's the escapee. Hey, you're not supposed to be over here. You know that you escaped out of my little spot, right? How did you do that? So she should be up with my little ones. She's escaped. We'll figure that out, okay? We'll have to figure that out. Now, Reba, standing here with her tail up, not sure why, but Reba's a mature mom. Don't forget about Faith and Fancy, who were born last year. We had to give them back to farmer rancher Jake. Not shirtless Jake, but their rightful owner. And then, of course, here's Patsy. Hey, Patsy, sweet baby Patsy. I gotta watch this dry creek, guys. I don't know how deep it is. If you did not know this terrain, you could run right off in that thing and really hurt yourself. It may not be as deep in some spots as it is in others, but luckily I know this terrain. Here's our sweet Loretta, and here's Dolly, her mom. So remember that Loretta has never birthed before, but she's not a small framed cow. She's not near as small of a framed cow as what Danny is. Hey, you just stop doing all that. So I don't suspect we'll have problems with her, but I do have my eye on her. So let me count them all again. Let's count them together, can we? Just to see how many more moms we think are going to be giving us babies this year. And let's just hope and pray for healthy babies and healthy moms. So Dolly is 1. Loretta is 2. Patsy is 3. Reba is 4. Marilyn is 5. Jolene is 6. All right, there's 6. who are still to give birth this year. Along with, so we have those 6, along with Jezebel 7, Gracie is 8, Pearl is 9, Charlene is 10. Danny and Ruby, we don't know what to say about them yet. We have one more up here with her calf who's screaming and hollering across the fence, which is Santana. That makes 11. So we have 13 total mature moms, even though some are a lot more mature than others as far as their development goes, right? So 13 mature moms. Yes. All right, and of course they all belong to the senior center here, okay? That's horrible. We can't keep that as a name. Y'all are gonna have to come up with some better names than the senior center, okay? I promise you, we just cannot keep that as a name. All right, now you know a little bit of who's who. Yes, Santana. All right, thank you guys for watching and for being a part of what we're hoping to do here to make sure we don't have any other issues. This is going to be a tough year for us, though. We've already lost 2 of our beautiful babies, and we're just going to hope that we don't lose any more because of bad management. I think we got a lot of things worked out now, and so I do hope that we'll have better things to come than what's happened so far. Lester's 0 for 2 as of right now, but I really do hope that things are going to turn around for us real fast. Thank you all for watching. We love you. We're blessed to have you. And we will catch you guys on the next video.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.